Welcome back to Dog Turds into Diamonds. What an episode we've got for you today. Do not go anywhere. First of all, we are taking on Premier League Watford in the fourth round of the FA Cup, the first time we have ever been involved at this stage. And then after just a couple of days rest, we are going to be taking on fourth place Brighton in a championship possible promotion decider. Well, let's go. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Dog Turds into Diamonds here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds. We are still second in the championship. It is the 4th of February 2034 and things are still going well, but as you can see, there is a three-way shootout between ourselves, West Brom and Brighton for that second automatic promotion spot. Now, we are obviously the absolute minnows in this contest. We have the smallest wage budget in the championship, the smallest stadium, and West Brom and Brighton are both recently Premier League teams. So, I mean, we are undoubtedly up against it, but we are going to give it our best shot. And it is going to start in a few days' time when we take on Brighton away. But first of all, you got to enjoy the FA Cup, haven't you? It's always an occasion. We didn't get that big glamour tie that we wanted away to a Premier League giant in the fourth round. But maybe we can have a really good day out here against Watford, as the schedule takes absolutely forever to come up. Hopefully we can have a good day out here against Watford and maybe get a result that puts us into the fifth round and some big money. Since you were last here, of course, we played Fulham at home, Wigan at home at the start of January in the Championship and the FA Cup. Since then, we've been on a nice little run. We beat Burton in the Papa John's Trophy with a rotated team. We then took on Reading at home in the league. And as you can see, we got a huge 4-0 win. We blew them away. What a performance this was. They only had 2 shots at goal the entire game. Reading are right up there challenging for a possible playoff spot. But as you can see, Mavididi got himself 2 goals, both assisted by Anthony Johnson, who also got one himself. Mario Kakiao scored a penalty and assisted Johnson. And Mavididi had a hat-trick goal ruled out right at the end. It was his second disallowed goal of the game. So it could have been even more. An awesome performance from the boys. And that set us up very nicely to go into Charlton away, where we got a massive 3-0 win. As you can see, once again, we were absolutely dominant. Phenomenal. Mario Kakiao opened the score and assisted by Johnson, who then made it 2, assisted by Mavididi right at the end, before in the 90th minute, Harry Brady got his first goal in quite a while. A really nice performance again, really dominant. That took us then into Sheffield Wednesday away, and take a look at this. How did we not win this game? A 0-0 draw, Sheffield Wednesday playing at home. They're another team that are pushing for playoffs. They had 1 shot on target the entire game. We had a 3.22 XG. We missed a hatful of chances. None more so than Mario Kakiao, who had a 57th minute penalty saved. Toledo started. He had a goal disallowed in the 83rd minute. Anthony Johnson had a goal wrongly ruled out for offside in the 35th minute. And Harry Brady came off the bench and missed a one-on-one towards the end as well. So this was a really frustrating one. If you have played Football Manager, you know the feeling of this type of game. It was really annoying, but we had to settle for just a point. In the following game, we then made up for it by absolutely smashing Burnley. 6-2 at home. Disappointing that we only conceded 3 shots on target and conceded 2. But what a performance from the front four. It was parking. Do you know what? Rather than me explaining it, Let's watch the goals on this one because it really was a special performance. It all started so well as Kakiao putting that ball in, and it falls to Parkin, who gets a nice long range goal. He's having a great season for us, Callum Parkin. And it was 2-0 not long after. Harry Brady scoring for 2 games in a row. Brilliant to see him hopefully getting back to some goal scoring form. And it was then Anthony Johnson scoring yet again, our top scorer. It then continued to get better and better when Mavididi scored right at the start of the second half. Burnley started getting a little bit of a consolation when they made it 4-1 through Felix, but there was more to come from us. Look at this pass from Harry Brady. What a through ball for substitute Ibsen Toledo, who made it 5. And it was then 5-2 as Burnley get another soft goal. Disappointing defending, but we finished it off with number 6. Toledo to Mavididi. Johnson finds himself in one of those strikers positions again, coming in from the wing. And Anthony Johnson, what a season he is having. A right winger, and he's got 19 in 27 in the league with 8 assists. He's also got another assist in the Cups as well. 19 in 33 in all competitions. What a brilliant season for the Nigerian. I'm still waiting for him to get called up to the national team. Absolutely phenomenal. Mavididi also absolutely terrific this season. 11 goals and 13 assists in the league for the Congolese. What a free signing he was. And Harry Brady, with those couple of goals in recent games, he is just about carrying a 1 in 2 average still for the season. He's a little bit below it now. Hopefully he can pick it up and he can finish strong. But what I do know is our front 3 is absolutely blowing teams away now. And with Mario Kakiao in behind, despite that penalty miss, he's got 7 goals and 10 assists this season. 10 assists and 8 in all competitions. He's a Premier League quality player, no doubt about it. And we did get a couple of offers for him in the January transfer window from Sunderland and Wolves. That I think the most we were offered from Wolves was around about 5.5 million, going up to about 7 million with instalments. We turned it down. He's worth a lot more than that. No way I was going to accept it. He does now want a new contract. We offered him one, but he wants, I think it's 13,500 a week. We simply cannot do it. We're way over the wage budget. We offered him 8.5. He doesn't want it. And I think he was motivated to ask for that pay rise because 8.5 a week is what we've given to Igor Luiz. The legend is now our highest paid player. The ex-Manchester United man who has played for us all the way up through League 2 to the Championship. Birmingham made a bid for him in the window, 2.9 million, which activated his release clause. I had to offer him a contract to stand any chance of keeping him. Fortunately accepted it, but it does mean he's now our highest paid player and has probably ruffled Kakiao's feathers a little bit in that sense. But this was a brilliant performance. Unfortunately, Dylan Jones picked up a booking here, which means he misses today's game against Watford. But it was a win in a really good sequence of results, which keeps us in that second place. Our last game, we lost 1-0 to Southend in the quarterfinals of the Papa John's Trophy. I was really disappointed to go out. It's a tournament that we've used to give our reserve players game time, which has really worked out well. But it was also a tournament I thought we had a chance of winning. It would have been nice to have had a day out at Wembley. But you can see here we were much the better team, but they scored in the second minute and we then just missed an absolute hatful of chances throughout the game. We did bring on Harry Brady and Kakiao in this game to try and get the winner we needed. It didn't work. Unfortunately, we are out of that competition. That is a real shame to get to the quarterfinal stage and then go out. So here we are up to today. We've got Watford at home, then Brighton away in what are going to be key games. And if we have a look at the finances, we could really do with beating Watford and getting to the 5th round, because we are now nearly 100,000 in the red. We are losing money hand over fist each month. We've lost £4 million this season, which is obviously not good, but it is because we are upgrading the stadium, increasing the capacity, I think, to 6,500. And as you can see, we are way over the wage budget. We're about 17,000, 16,500 above the wage budget, which is not good at all. We'll still go, with several players leaving in the summer, we'll still go down to still be 10,000 over budget. So in that sense, I mean, we really do need to get promoted. So even though I'm going to go full strength in this FA Cup game against Watford, the priority has got to be trying to get promotion to the Premier League this season, because otherwise, yeah, financially we are going to be struggling a little bit. And just one in during the January transfer window to tell you about. Nigel Lawrenson came in from Southampton on loan for the rest of the season. He's not costing us anything. He was a box of chocolates signing. I couldn't see any of his attributes, but Wigan put a bid in for him. So I thought, well, he's obviously good enough for the Championship, so I'll have a little bit of potluck. He's not going to cost any wages. And he comes in, he looks all right. He doesn't look bad at all. So I think we've got a nice little squad member there that can play as the attacking midfielder, could even play in a midfield role, and is identified as a striker. He's very quick. He's pretty strong. He's a decent enough finisher, even though his composure is not great. Yeah, just a decent squad addition who is not costing us any money. So there you go, Lawrenson. How many games he'll play, I don't know, but it was worth getting him in, just strengthening the squad. So we'll go this way today for the FA Cup. Sanisalo is in goal. Igor Luiz at right back. Chapman is going to come in at left back with Dylan Jones being suspended. Apaya and Weeks are the centre-back combination, as they have been this season, having an absolutely fantastic season, that pairing. Alex Baker, the captain, Callum Parkin partners him in midfield. Anthony Johnson on the right, Mavididi on the left, Kakiao in the number 10 Trecatista role, and then Harry Brady up front. On the bench, we've got Brian Nolan, the centre-back, Gomez sub right back, Preetz and Moreno, the midfield options, Jack Evans on the right, Kennedy on the left, Toledo is a striker option. So I think, I mean, obviously that is our full strength side, apart from Dylan Jones not being in the left back role. But I think that is a really good team. I'm gonna risk playing the full strength team and being a bit tired for Brighton, just because I think it's the FA Cup. You've got to do it. The FA Cup, you've got to try and go as far as you can for the glamour and for the money. If we can get through it, if we can cause an upset today against Premier League opposition, they are 7th in the Premier League, by the way, Watford. So they are a very strong side, having a great season. They have, I can't remember his name, but they've got a regen manager, and yeah, they are doing very well. So do you know what I'm going to do? Do I mark this? No, I'm not going to mark their strikers. Let's have a look. They've lost 4 of their last 5. There you go. I should have checked that and actually showed you, shouldn't I? So that is a good sign. Although they're 7th in the Premier League, they were 8th when we got drawn against them, and they're now 7th, but they have lost 4 of their last 5 apparently. So that is pretty decent. Maybe that's a good omen for us. Can we cause that big FA Cup upset here and go on into the 5th round? It would be absolutely huge. I think winning in the 4th round would bring in a lot more than 100,000, I'm pretty sure, plus the gate receipts, and obviously the possibility of a massive payday in the 5th round. And we get the first highlight. Weeks into Baker on the edge of the box. Mavididi trying to find Brady, but it gets cut out. And that's the quality of Premier League defenders there. Igor Luiz picking up that clearance. Sanisalo goes long. Can Mavididi win it? He can. Kakiao is onto it. Is he going to get a cross in? He gets it back to Baker. It's a penalty as Anthony Johnson goes down, and Kakiao, of course, missed his last penalty against Sheffield Wednesday. Can he score here? He can't, but he tucks in the rebound. And I think I'm going to have to look at setting maybe Anthony Johnson as the first choice penalty taker. Although Anthony Johnson has missed a penalty this season as well. But yeah, Kakiao's now missed back-to-back penalties, but we are 1-0 up against Watford in the FA Cup. What a scalp this would be. If we were to win this, it would undoubtedly be our greatest ever result, but we are almost pegged back instantly by the Premier League side. Let's just try and get a hold in this game now. At what point do I start to get stuck in just to try and put a bit of emphasis on the physical side of the game, to try and even up the fact that we're playing against Premier League players here? I'm going to leave it for the moment. Things are going all right. They have had more shots on target than us, but we've had more shots overall. And we've lost the ball again there. I think this is going to be the theme of the rest of this game, of watching us struggle to keep possession and Watford just attacking and attacking. Schmidt takes it forward and he's beating his man well there. I think that was Baker that he beat, and it goes over the bar. Can we get into half time? We've had a few cup games like this against higher league opposition where we've conceded right at the end of the half, and a highlight here is kind of scaring me that it could happen again. Or maybe we could go 2 up right on half time. It's a nice decent bit of possession, but we have lost it, and I think I was predicting that. Treacy, who is regularly winning Premier League Young Player of the Month awards, he's a very good prospect that we have looked at, and I'm sure we tried to get him in on loan at some point. He's now a first choice Premier League player for Watford, and they are in with Schmidt. And I know how you work, Football Manager. I know all too well how you do these things, Football Manager. Should I have been time wasting? Should I have shut up shop? Should I have started playing to get stuck in? It was all too predictable. 1-1 at half time. It's not bad. If we could take it to a replay, I mean, that would clearly be something very, very special as well. Going away to a Premier League team, it would be a decent payday. Let's have a look. Go on, if we can get a goal, I'll make us favourites. Go on. Are the players going to get pumped for this second half? Hopefully, it's not going to be Watford pumping us. Hopefully, it's just going to be the players getting pumped up and getting the result we need. We have had more shots and a much better XG, but they have had more shots on target. We've had more possession as well. I mean, it's been a really positive performance, but Watford have a corner and they now have a penalty. And this game has turned on its head in the last 2 highlights. And Sanisalo saves it. It's not away yet, though. It is now, and Johnson on the break as the highlight ends. I'm going to make some changes. I am going to get stuck in now. What else can I change here? I might go, with them playing a 4-4-2, I might distribute to the fullbacks. Hopefully that doesn't invite them onto us too much. And I'm just going to shoot on sight and start passing into space. I'm just going to see if being a little bit more direct can help us. We get the corner. Parkin floats it in, and Brady has his 15th goal of the season to put us back in front. Absolutely wonderful. A header at the back post. We haven't scored from many set pieces this season, but big Harry Brady has come up trumps there, and we've now got another corner as I hold off giving a shout to the players, and Jamie Weeks gets his first AFC Rushden and Diamonds goal against a Premier League side in the FA Cup. What a turnaround. A Sanisalo penalty save. And now 2 quick goals off of corners. We did practice corners in the week. And that is wonderful. With 20 minutes to go, I'm going to make changes. Do you know what? Thinking more about Brighton than anything else. Mario Kakiao is going to come off for Cedric Preetz. And we're going to play him in the defensive midfield role as a ball-winning midfielder. We're going to just try and shut up shop now. Philippa Paya, who I really want fit for Brighton, is going to come on at centre-back. And I think the other most important player is probably Alex Baker. So I'm gonna give Eugenio Moreno a run out there, and I'm gonna make him the deep lying playmaker. So very defensive minded changes there, and also just kind of, I hope, not taking anything for granted here. I'm just sort of thinking the result looks good here. Let's just make sure we've got our important players ready for Brighton. And we've got possession of the ball again. Brady having a great game leading that line, but it comes back to Soria. And they might get another chance at an attack here. With 17 minutes left in the game, Glover is in and he's missed an open goal. Luck seems to be with us today. And we're going into the last 10 minutes, a 2-goal advantage. I'm going to praise the boys. And I'm going to start time wasting for all we are worth. Let's hold our shape, slow it down, lower our line of engagement. And let's get through this one, boys. Chapman has picked up a booking. But that aside, we are looking really, really good here. And we are into the FA Cup 5th round. What a fairy tale that is. Absolutely awesome. And you have to say, looking at the game stats, that was absolutely deserved. What a performance. That goes down as the greatest ever result in our history, without question. We are into the 5th round. We will, of course, look at the 5th round draw to find out who we get there. Can we get one of those Premier League big boys away from home and get that big, massive 5th round payday? Failing that, I hope there's a League One or League Two side that has got through and we can maybe get them at home. Those would be my 2 favoured options. Right then, it's Brighton in 2 days' time, but the important thing right now is the FA Cup 5th round draw. Who are we going to get? Can we get that big Premier League away day? Arsenal go away to Sheffield United, away to Chelsea, come on. Yes, we've done it. We've got that monster payday. We've got that big glamour tie. I'm absolutely thrilled with that. I wouldn't have minded Reading or Peterborough, to be fair. Southampton go away to Peterborough. Yeah, that would have been a nice one, wouldn't it? That would have been a chance of an FA Cup quarter-final, of course. But we've got to be happy with that. We've got to be happy with that. Absolutely delighted. Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. That is absolutely phenomenal. And when do we play them? Wednesday, the 1st of March. But you know what? I am a little bit pushed for time, so I don't know if you're going to see the Brighton game today. That is going to be part 2 of today's episode. But it might be tomorrow that you see it, because I don't think I'm going to have time to go on to that next game now. So that'll be all from me for the moment. Tomorrow may be the Brighton game, and then after that we will obviously head on to the 1st of March for the Chelsea away game in the FA Cup. Fantastic. The first place Premier League team, the dominant team of this save, with Erling Haaland and all the rest. That is going to be awesome. If you've enjoyed this, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel and help us grow. And I will see you on the next one when we take on Brighton away in the league. Wow, what a finish to today's episode. That was fantastic. See you very soon on the next one. Bye for now.